And good afternoon or good evening. Welcome to Knowledge is Power Podcast Live. I'm Tony Renfro, your host. And let's just say hello. I'm just going to say hello because I haven't seen anyone in a while. We're back on our normal Sundays evenings at 7 p.m. on Sundays. Knowledge is Power Podcast Live is a platform to share important information by educating Southeast Texas African American community with valuable information on health, education, and financial politics and business. If you'd like to join us tonight on this live podcast, drop us a comment. We want to hear from you. And tonight, my special guest is Miss Wendy Albert. Let's bring in Wendy Albert. Oh, I'm not even.
Hi. Hi.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah, I
Listen,
hear you. How's it going?
I'm good. Great. Wendy Albert is into cybersecurity.
hmm
And that we're going to talk about building a pathway in cyber tech with Wendy. Wendy is an outstanding young lady who is in the cybersecurity business. So, Wendy, first of all, tell us all about yourself.
Yeah, so hello everybody. My name is Wendy Albert. I am from Beaumont, Texas. If you guys don't know, I was born and raised in Beaumont, Texas. Well, actually, I was born in Prather, Texas, on 75 Dorsey. My grandmother is Audrey Beverly. Some of you may know her. She is a matriarch of our family, and I was raised in Beaumont. I went to elementary school at Dishman Elementary. I went to middle school at Marshall Middle School, and I went to high school at Westbrook. And I was there my entire life until it was time to go to college. And when I moved to go to college, I decided to study cybersecurity and get into the whole components of protecting ourselves online.
I like to know more. I like to know more about cyber tech as well.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a very important show for me as well. So, how long you been in the cyber business?
Yeah, so my senior year of high school at Westbrook 2015, I was surfing different colleges. A lot of people know me from playing basketball, but I want to say I'm also very smart. So I had a chance to go to different universities and kind of try to pick where I wanted to take myself. I did go to school at Mary Hardin Baylor, which is a Division III private institution located in Belton, Texas, and it's primarily focused on academics and also sports. But while I was there, I did go there for basketball, to play sports, as well as study computer science. I declared my major my freshman year. So when I first got started, it was so many different things going on with, like, no one knew what cybersecurity was. I'm just going to be fully honest. In 2015, like all the way until 2018 when I graduated from college, people were still trying to figure out what was it going to be, how we're going to navigate into this new world of technology. So I went to school for computer science, and throughout my 3 years there, I studied network security, computer security, cryptography, learned about discrete structures, and I dealt a lot with binary numbers and different type of mathematical functions with computers. So I learned the back end, which is computer science, but the front end part is like the cybersecurity part. And I got exposed to that when I moved to Virginia from my bachelor's program. In Virginia, I was networking like crazy. I thought that I was going to be like this super duper big tech guru. I just knew that people were going to be like, oh my God, Wendy Albert, like, yeah, let's get her. She just graduated from college. Like, she's perfect. And nobody was doing that to me at all. No one cared that I had a degree. They were just not giving me any type of calls. And people assume since my dad worked at the Pentagon, like he was my ticket in. But to be quite frank, my dad worked in logistics for the military. So he didn't do anything with cybersecurity or computers. He was in charge of moving weaponry around different parts of, the Army. So I had to go out there and put myself to the forefront, and I bet on myself every chance I got, and that's where I am. That's why I'm here where I am today. Uh,
That's wild, but I'm enjoying it. Go ahead.
yeah, so cybersecurity pretty much is just the component of protecting ourselves online from, we'll say, bad people. In my world, we call them adversaries, we call them hackers, we call them hacktivists, different type of groups. But for you guys to understand, we're just going to call them bad people.
Right.
A lot of times in the industry, even when I first started coming up and it was becoming super duper popular in 2018, there was still a crazy demographic of African Americans in this field, and it still is. Cybersecurity is more so a white male dominant field, if we're being very transparent. And the amount of African American men in there is not as much as it is for, you'll see, for white males or for women as a whole. A lot of women are like trying to still fight for a place in cybersecurity, and it's a huge gap. It's about, I remember in 2021 when I graduated my master's degree from North Carolina A&T State University, go Aggies. It was about 13% of women that were as a whole in the entire cybersecurity industry, and only about, I want to say 5% of them were Black. And within that 5%, about maybe 1% or 2% had leadership roles. Fast forward now, we're in 2025, and it's so many different components coming with cybersecurity. So I know you have like probably a lot of questions, so I'll let you get into asking before I get all nerdy on you.
Well, you kind of started. You started off real well. You, you took some of the questions from me, but
I didn't want to get too nerdy on you.
yeah, that's okay. Well, I like that. This is what the show is all about: is educating the public, and we all
Right,
need to be educated. You think we have degrees, but we don't know certain trades, and this is an awesome trade. And this is going to be the future.
right,
This is
definitely.
going to be the future, right? So I'm into it, and that's why my ears are wide open because I want to listen because I am learning as well.
Mhm.
I do know why cyber security is important is because cybersecurity because it helps protect organizations, businesses, and individuals from cyber attacks.
Mhm.
Cyber attacks can lead to data breaches, financial losses, and reputational damage. So I know how important it is because you can lose it in a quick second
Yeah,
and
you can lose
everything is gone. Your bank account is gone, is wiped out. So we need to be educated
it.
and also uh, you are also recruiting those who may be interested in cyber security as well.
I definitely am actively recruiting people. So yes, I do work full time in cybersecurity, but I am also dedicating my time to my nonprofit, which is Onyx Cyber. And on with Onyx Cyber, it's a big community for underrepresented people of color like ourselves or people
Mm-hmm.
of different descents to come on this platform and work together. So on my nonprofit website, I have divided people up based upon their expertise into the industry, starting off if you're a student or someone who's fresh to try to transition all the way until like you're an expert. On the platform, I'd have Onyx Academy, and Onyx Academy basically is the place where it's going to enhance and also let us collaborate together to create like training videos and modules for people who are interested into cybersecurity.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, I'm like super duper excited to see like how we're going to grow on this academy because it's just the beginning. I'm working on multiple partnerships with a lot of the number one vendors out there to help me get resources to give that back to the community, as well as I do have on the platform a segment for the Onyx Tech Talks, which I have dedicated towards ages 5 to 12, where I'll be doing things with kids moving forward to get them integrated and also get them ready for the industry moving forward for our community. And then I do have the OnyxCon. So OnyxCon is basically the conference that I have to do in Beaumont, taking place November 22nd. And in this conference, I am just like going to have a series of panel discussions to educate our community. I feel like coming from Beaumont is very important for me to give back to where I come from before I try to do something anywhere else. And I can see that Beaumont can still be a growing community, but we all have to dive into what's happening. So we know like cybersecurity is out there. We know you could be an engineer. We know now we have AI, but how does that impact me? Well, it has a big impact on everybody that's out there. So the way of life that people are living in Beaumont will not be the same anymore. The way you guys are even like communicating with each other, going to work and moving around, you don't want to be left behind in a world that's going to be moving forward with the future. So why not dial in now? Because if you wait 5 years down the line, and let's just say, surrounding cities like Baytown, Houston, um, Sugarland, Stafford, places like this, as they buy into what's going on and they start to scale up, you guys are going to scale down. And with that being said, the value of the city decreases. I know that a lot of things have happened in Beaumont with a lot of crime and people always overshadowing some of the good that a lot of Black people do in the area. But why continue to be overshadowed? We can pick up something, a new trade. A lot of kids going to school at Beaumont United, Westbrook, even the middle school areas can dial into getting the trade within cybersecurity. And you could be your own entrepreneur. You could have your own business. Did you even know that like fixing phone screens for an iPhone is a part of technology? It's a part of cybersecurity, or it's a part of like the ways that we do technology? Because when you take that screen off the phone and fix it, you see the whole entire component of how the phone was created. and you have to know how to put it back together. These are things that we could start off to teach our youth, get them integrated into being an entrepreneur. And there's other options out there. So I tell people all the time, when I was coming up, I was only told about either being a nurse, working at the refinery, or being an athlete. I was never told that I would go somewhere and study computer science or cybersecurity coming up in Beaumont. And I feel like we can change that. I feel like we're all in charge of the youth, and the youth is definitely our future. We have to put more energy into them. So I'm kind of like, a little quiet back in person. I look a lot online. I see things going on in the city still, even though I'm not living there currently. I still keep up with things that's going on. And I may talk to my sister or like maybe my mom or something. Just like, it could be so much better if I did this. Like, it could be so much better if I took over this. Like, I just have so many ideas, but I feel like we really got to buy into it. And that's the biggest thing for me, is like getting you guys on board to open that mind. The mind has to be broad. It has to be wide. It has to be accepting of what's going on. And also be aware of what's around you.
Have you ever tried, have you enter into the independent school district here to see if they will be interested in learning about cyber tech?
Yes, so I actually did put in a request to talk to BISD. Also, I would love to talk to Arthur Independent School District as well as surrounding districts. And I believe that we can come together. We can have separate components of Onyx Cyber in each institution for their ISDs and push the program out to where we have in trades taught to the kids at an earlier age. And by these trades, it's meaning like, getting on the platform, getting Onyx Academy, also going through different programs where we can get certifications sooner. The certifications in our world in cybersecurity hold as much weight as a degree. So if you have a degree and you have a certificate in cybersecurity, you're like a gold mine. The only thing you have to do for that at that point is pass the interview, because people are going to take money and gamble on you every single time. I see a lot of times people going to get online saying like, oh, you don't need a college degree for this. You could just go and make $100,000 in cybersecurity with just a cert. And I'm just going to tell you that's not true. It doesn't work that way anymore. We have to show that we actually can do things now, especially because AI is our biggest competition. If you're not going to educate yourself in all the different things with computers, you're not going to be able to have a job in the future. Artificial intelligence is super duper important. It's a part of prompt engineering. And I actually teach this course in my college classes that I do teach. So I also am a professor adjunct on the side. So I have taught these courses to students that are, maybe a little bit older than myself, but they're prepping themselves for the future. We have to get this integrated sooner than later.
Right. AI versus cybersecurity. What is the weight there? What's the disadvantage and advantage?
Okay, so the disadvantage is with cybersecurity, that is the way that you protect yourself online from hackers. That is the way that you maintain your data, reduce the breaches, reduce the destruction or grave damage that can happen to your organization or your company. Artificial intelligence is prompt engineering that allows for us to use machine learning and large learning language models, as well as small learning language models, to make our day-to-day tasks easier. Meaning that with AI, we can probably reduce the role of having actual administrators, people who work in the administrative role.
Right.
That can actually be probably removed with the components of AI because of how advanced it is. People use ChatGPT all the time. There's other AI tools out there. As you continue to feed information to the machine is starting to advance and get better responses from it. Meaning that it allows for certain things like emailing, maybe picking up the phone. We can take away having actual people doing that if we push for AI. And with that is to happen, we can go ahead and push ourselves to teaching each other about the components of AI and pushing to be prompt engineers in this field. Meaning moving forward, you can have a job as a software engineer that's totally involved with just AI agents. Mm-hmm. If you work with AI agents as a software engineer, you have a job for the rest of your life. You will not be replaced by AI. We can never be fully replaced. Just put it out there. You can never be fully replaced by AI. AI was never meant to come in to replace people's jobs. It was meant to make our lives easier. And that's the strong disconnect people are seeing, because there's so many hearsays online and different things like that. But people have to really educate themselves on the components of what's coming around us. I know. So, like, say for example, I think in Beaumont, we're really big on oil and gas and working at the hospitals. In my dissertation, I'm currently doing a dissertation over enhancing database security within the healthcare industry. A lot of hospitals tend to experience cybersecurity attacks or data leaks or data breaches, and that's due to the lack of cybersecurity people that is working there. Now that AI is going to come into the picture, how are we going to protect that patient data? Because I wouldn't want nobody to know about my health records because it's my information, it's not yours.
Right.
In order to protect your health records, we have to be able to go ahead and educate the people and get them in roles working into the IT department or cybersecurity department for various organizations like hospitals to make sure we protect our data. That's the biggest thing you want to make sure you protect out there, as well as like your information, like how much money you have in the bank or where your address is. You want people to know where you stay at all the time. Either it's super duper important to make sure you protect that as well.
So
But
well,
yeah.
go ahead. I'm sorry. I was going to ask, how long is
No,
the courses? I mean, I'm sure they're going to ask the terms of the course.
yeah, so it depends on what course you're doing. So on my Onyx Cyber website, there's basically Onyx Academy. And so far, I've created 3 modules that are for people who are looking to transition or get an idea about what IT is, what cybersecurity is, or just like basics about computers. That's how I have it divided up. Moving forward, I have a plan to where I want people that are all over like ourselves to submit what they're working on the platform. Meaning that, let's say you're a student at Westbrook and you've made up this entire automation program using Python language. And let's just say I'm a 25-year-old person interested in working with Python. I want that student to put this on my platform and let someone learn from them. Meaning that I can learn from anybody. It doesn't have to be an age tied to anything. It's about spreading knowledge to each other. And that's the whole point of Onyx Academy. And I feel like it's going to be very important. People can say, oh, we have LinkedIn Learning. Oh, there's YouTube. But can you say, really, is there any place that you know of that allows for our African-American community to come together and push their ideas for collaboration out there? Because I don't know one except for Onyx Cyber. Do you?
No.
Yeah, so I think it's very important to have it out there. And then we're just focusing on our community doesn't mean I'm degrading other communities. It's open to everybody. But I know like for us, it's a big different demographic because we don't have enough knowledge going out there to the young African-American kids in our community. They just see them and they tie them to violence or they tie them to not just being an athlete. I feel like it's so much more than that. I have friends who were athletes who are geniuses. I mean, they are probably as smart as me or maybe a little bit smarter than me, but they have so much more to offer. And I just want that to be taught for our community. I'm very passionate about that and pushing that out there, especially for outreach.
I love it. I love it. So are there the cybersecurity jobs are in demand right now?
So many jobs are in demand. And I will say right now, I tell people all the time in my consultations, if I was transitioning to tech right now, I would be super excited because you can pick from anything.
Mm-hmm.
You can be a software engineer. You can be an AI engineer. You can work in governance, risk, and compliance with cybersecurity. You can be an information security analyst. Like you have the option to pick, and it's so many different things out there. It should be super exciting for you for someone who really wants to have that financial freedom and financial wealth moving forward. But yes, they are actively hiring for roles. My biggest suggestion is for people to have a LinkedIn presence. And I do also teach people about this as well. LinkedIn is very important as you want to progress moving forward with your career and how you carry yourself. Because right now, if you get into the tech industry and you want to work for a company, you're representing not only the company but yourself and your family. You have to carry yourself a certain way with a certain brand. So definitely make sure that if you're looking for jobs, LinkedIn is the way to go. But watch how you carry yourself online for that online presence because these people are checking to see what you're posting, what you're doing outside of work, on TikTok, on Instagram, Twitter, whatever you name it. They are going to find ways to look. Just to put that out there.
Mm-hmm. I have to learn it myself. Well, so why is cybersecurity is important for businesses?
So yes, I just talked about this with one of my friends. He actually is starting up a company. He's going to be a millionaire. But pretty much it's very important because as you work in various businesses, you're collecting information from people, right? Mm-hmm. I'm collecting your first name, last name, email address, maybe your address. And let's say on my website, it's a payment option for you to buy something from me. I'm collecting your card information. Now, if that get leaked, then you ain't got no money in the bank. So
Yeah.
it's important to incorporate cybersecurity in businesses and also make sure you adhere to the standards and regulatory regulations based upon your organization. So, for example, working in finance, they follow the SOX compliance or GDPR, those type of frameworks. If you work for the government, they usually follow the NIST protocols. And every standard or regulation has various frameworks with various like security controls. You
Hmm.
have to make sure that you test these systems out, and people who test these systems out are usually in the role as an auditor, IT auditor, or GRC. The starting salary for people who work like in these roles is about like 80K on up. So just
Wow.
giving you guys an idea, it's like if you were to work as an IT auditor,
Hmm.
you are not someone who's like coding all day. You're someone who goes and tests systems out for different organizations and company. Your starting salary could be 80K based on the company and a demographic location. So you have to think about that moving forward. Like, if I'm going to graduate from college, if I'm going to graduate from high school and go to college, let's say you get a full ride scholarship for sports, that is perfect. But make sure you pick a degree that you could have as an option if your first option does not work. A lot of times, people who play sports tend to. I remember growing up, they used to push them all to do kinesiology. Right now, if it's me, I'm pushing all of my cousins, whomever that play sports. When you go to school, go study computer engineering, computer science, or get yourself in some type of engineering aspect, whether it's electrical, it doesn't matter. You want to teach yourself a second trade just in case that first option is not going to work.
Right. I agree. I definitely agree to that. So now, will cybersecurity be automated in the future?
It actually is being automated. So there's a thing called secure DevOps, and it's also called DevOps. So about 5 years ago, well, I'll say about 2019-ish, we were introduced to cloud security. There are three big cloud security models from Azure, Amazon, and Google. All three components are the biggest competitors with cloud security, and they do offer automation for producing our infrastructure, which is like basically like our environments for different organizations. So you could automate this with a type of code called Terraform. Terraform deployments is something that is done by software engineers, systems engineers, DevOps engineers, SecDevOps engineers, etc. And these people tend to make 100K on up.
Wow.
So if you get in the role as an entry level, engineer based on your company, it could be 100K on up. I've had plenty of friends who are engineers working in DC and Maryland, and they're making 170 on up, and they have
Wow.
been making that since they graduated from college in like 2019, like working for big companies.
Right. Awesome. That's great coming out of college and going to a work.
Yeah, so like it's really demographic based though, So
Hmm.
let's say for example, if you're in California, the starting salary could be like 100K in California, but let's convert 100K from California in Texas, right? It's not going to be the same type of money. So if
Right.
you're making 100K in Texas, you're making way more money than somebody's making 100K in Cali or 100K in New York or DC. So those areas sometimes have to raise the price a little bit more because of where they're staying. So I feel like also too, when it comes to teaching people about cybersecurity, it's important to teach about the financial literacy that comes with that. Because you have to think about the pricing and how you're investing your money. People get excited about getting into the industry. Yes, you're gonna make well amount of money. You're gonna get paid great, but how are you going to invest the money properly? How are you going to know what's your takeaway pay? Because you do get a gross salary. You should know how much you make per month. But alongside of that, the taxes are coming out. If you live in a place where they have in-state taxes or federal taxes, you got to think about that. So I always tell people, yes, when you come from college, you got to pick where you want to stay, because don't just be like, oh, whatever offer I get, I'm going to go. Think about where you're going to stay, because when you are staying by yourself, away from your family in your own apartment, the apartment prices are not $900 no more. They're not. They're starting at 2,000 on up for certain places, And if you on the East Coast, they might give you something as big as a closet, and it'd be 3K. So you want to think about where you're going to go in a sense of how you want to move your career. So definitely pick a good demographic. And just me, I'm a Southern girl. I think it's great if you're in Texas. I think it's great if you're in Florida, Atlanta, or even if you're just getting started out. I really do think that the DC area is a great place to also go and experience that, because when I was getting started, their whole entire area with government contracting was just like an eye opener for me. Like, everything they're doing in DC would like no one else can compare to that. You know what I'm saying? Like they're really like really together with the Black community, and they push for that a lot for each other. I
Hmm.
feel like there's opportunities to do that in Texas, but we're still lacking in certain areas.
So Texas needs, would Texas need to more technology?
We do, and there's several conferences coming to Texas. It's gonna bring in money and it's gonna bring in opportunities. For example, I'm speaking at Blackest Tech, which is a big conference. It's gonna be 6,000 to 7,000 people here, and there's various summits. So there's an AI summit, a Dev Plus summit, which is about engineering from front end and back end. There's a founder summit for people who have started their own businesses, and there's also a summit for creators and experienced cybersecurity professionals. I was speaking at the AI Summit over my own study that I wanted to talk about at the conference. And this would be great for people who are looking to break into the industry because they offer free tickets for anyone to come to the conference in Houston, Texas for Blackest Tech. And I think it's awesome. I think that what they're doing is great. I support their mission. Last year, there was nowhere near 6,000 people, but this year to come as a speaker and knowing like the back ends and how many people are coming from out of town to the area is amazing. This is something I would love to do for Beaumont. I would love for us to do this in a city to where we can expand our growth to different areas, you know, and not just only Beaumont, but other places like Beaumont
Right,
that can be expanded to. There's
right.
also going to be Afrotech. Afrotech is coming back to the Texas area in Houston in October. Afrotech is probably going to have over 20,000 people in the city, let alone. So there's going to be opportunities for that. I know last year at Afrotech, people were getting hired from big companies like Microsoft.
Well, you're gonna have to send me that information so I can
I will
spread the
definitely
news.
share. You know, I'll be
Yes,
on.
spread
I'm
the
always on
news.
Facebook sharing. Y'all need to start engaging because you know I will
Yes.
always be authentic with my information. I'm on Facebook sharing all the time, making my videos all the time for people. I do my WendyInTech podcast where I had people come in that were in local areas that were, you know, having their own businesses in tech in Houston that are being overlooked. So I love to show that type of support to people that are working as hard as I am in the tech industry.
They just don't know how cybersecurity has taken over, and it's very important. And I've been studying it for a while, and I've been aware of it. But
Mhm.
also, the security, the job in cybersecurity, it can be remote as well. Correct? You can have a remote position.
Yes, and I definitely do work remote. I've had several remote positions,
Hmm.
and
No,
I
I would.
do think that comes kind of depending. Okay, so with the remote thing, I think there's been like a disconnect with that information for people because people assumed every role was remote because of the whole COVID fiasco.
Right.
And certain jobs cannot be remote. Like for example, if you are doing like government contracting, certain contracts don't allow you to be remote. You have to be on site. Just like the same thing for certain companies out here in Houston or like even Dallas, like it could be hybrid, maybe 2 days on site, maybe 3 days on site, maybe some are fully remote. It just kind of is tailored towards the organization. But there are a lot of remote roles out there. You just make sure that even if it's a remote role, make sure it's the right fit for you. Because even yes, you can work from home as a luxury. I work from home, but sometimes it could be a lot if you are trying to do a lot of different things, or if you don't know the back end or the history of your team, you could be overworking yourself. You know, it just depends on your type of role. But I do advocate for remote workers. Just know that it's different because you won't be in the office talking to people all the time. You probably talk to your coworker on Zoom for 30 minutes and then you probably never talk to nobody again for maybe 2 days. So it just varies working remotely.
Well, Wendy, you've given us a lot of information, and I love it. And I hope some of the young ones are listening and watching, and maybe they're going to see it sooner or later because we're on TikTok and all the
Mhm.
social media platforms. But I'm enjoying listening to you because how talented you are, and you're an awesome young lady, and I like to spend more time with you. And I want to ask you a few more questions, if you don't
Yeah.
mind. The course that you're presenting, are your courses can be done online, or is it? And when I finish ask you that question, I'm going to want to ask you about your business.
Yes, so Onyx Cyber can definitely be done online. If I'll definitely just like, when we're like done with questions, I'll like do a quick show for you so you can see the
Okay,
platform. But
good.
yes, Onyx Academy that I have set up on my site can be done all online. Future things I want to do to where I teach people is also going to be online as well. I want to reach everybody that's outside of like Texas. It doesn't have to be here. But I definitely really want to reach my back home. I was always raised that even when you do make it somewhere, you still got to reach back and get those from behind you. So right now, I'm just trying to reach back and grab. If I only grab one person, it doesn't matter because that one person could be the next Bill Gates that I just grabbed. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just looking to try to give back the best way I know how.
That's awesome, young lady. That is awesome. So tell us, you got a presentation for us, right?
Yeah, so I can go over a little bit about just about my platform on the
Sure.
Onyx, like what it is, how I'm working with it. So let me go ahead and pull this up so we can look at it.
Okay.
Do you have like some elevator music to play while I switch the screen?
I sure can. Let me pull up some elevator music for you. Just sure can. I sure can.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to share my screen.
Okay.
Okay, I can share my screen now.
Okay. I'm ready.
All right. All right, let me know when you can see it.
Okay.
Can you see?
Yes. There we go.
Okay. All right. So basically, this is how I like to describe Onyx Cyber to some people. So this is Onyx Cyber, and we're going to just get into the
I'm
next
here.
components of it.
Okay.
So
All
oh,
right.
sorry, let me go back. So right now, quick introduction, the mission. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here. We're clear.
Okay, so we're gonna go over the introduction, the mission. Okay. The problems, the concept and business, objective strategy, and my commitment to the community. So moving next, if you guys don't know, Onyx Cyber is basically a nonprofit entity of Onyx Cyber Consulting. I created Onyx Cyber Consulting in 2022, rushing an idea because I saw other people doing it, and now I finally have a perfect strategy for it. So that's where it comes from. Basically, I want to take Onyx Cyber to empower individuals and organizations through community outreach and volunteer efforts to increase digital literacy and cybersecurity awareness. So this will allow for us to start to partner with schools, community centers, and other nonprofits to provide educational workshops and resources to underserved populations or basically underrepresented communities. So right now, Honest Cyber is out. I'm encouraging people to come on the platform, people to volunteers, engage in hands-on workshops, and also just increase your technical knowledge that you may not have had before. So this is our mission. We're basically here to advocate, empower, and improve our community for Onyx Cyber. And then there are certain problems, right? So these are the biggest problems that we see. There's a lack of equitable access to tech education and career paths for underrepresented communities, meaning that we're constantly overlooked. We're not getting the type of access that other schools have. For example, the Stafford Independent School District, they have their entire school district is dedicated to STEM. The kids graduate at Stafford High School with like a 2-year degree already. So they just go to college for 2 years. I feel like for us, like, areas like Beaumont that are constantly overlooked but have lots of talent, we're not getting marginalized the right way due to our demographics. So right now there's a lot of limited resources, mentorship, exposure for sure, and representation, which I want to work on, that prevents us from thriving in tech and cybersecurity fields. So the first problem is many underrepresented children are not introduced to tech. I mean, let's be honest. When I was in Beaumont growing up, nobody was talking about being a cryptologist. A cryptologist is somebody who deciphers code and works within cybersecurity for like maybe a lot of classified information. It's a very interesting thing to do if you're interested in being like a cryptographer. But they study ways to decipher code. I'm pretty sure nobody knew what that was out there. I remember one time I told somebody I wanted to study cryptology and they thought I wanted to be a part of a gang. So I'm just saying, like, that represents of how underrepresented we are within the STEM field or area. Second problem is people are marginalized from backgrounds, are often left out of tech spaces, right? So I'm pretty sure even like the local news out there doesn't talk about what's going on with AI. I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't know that we're building AI data centers around that can probably affect our ecosystem moving forward. These are things that should be very much so evident that we should know about, as well as the latest cyber attacks that have happened. I'm sure a lot of people are not keeping up with this information. It's very detrimental to yourself if you don't keep up with this stuff. So that's where my Onyx Bulletin on my platform comes in. And the last thing is aspiring technologists often lack access to learning platforms, right? I know there's stuff like LinkedIn Learning, Khan Academy, these places, but Onyx Academy is going to come and step in to where other people who are offering information to us at the same stature as us, so it'd be impactful to see another person like myself come on and teach me something I did not know. So our concept of business is 3 important parts so far. Onyx Academy, which is going to offer that training for people to get tech fundamentals and cybersecurity exposure. Mentorship, which we developed to connect people together in the program to mentor each other in the tech space to navigate their careers, work on resumes, and also prepare yourself for interviews and build your professional network as well. And then with my Onyx Tech Talks, I want to introduce that soon later on in the year that focuses on ages 5 through 12 to offer creativity and fun to getting the younger generation into STEM a lot early so they can have those skills developed in their mindset. So there's 3 key objectives I mentioned before, which is for Onyx Cyber basically to advocate, empower, and improve. And we advocate by championing for inclusion in technology and raising awareness about the systematic barriers for underrepresented communities that face in the technology like ourselves. The next one is for us to empower. So we equipped from the youth to career changers about training, confidence, and how to succeed in tech and technology and tech and cybersecurity. And then constantly just improving. So continuously enhancing the quality reach and impacting Onyx Cyber's learning platforms and community initiatives as well. So I have various marketing strategies that will be used to push this out for our community. So right now, we're going to make sure that we're promoting the Onyx Academy, the Onyx Bulletin, and Onyx Tech Tots to elevate the underrepresented communities. So the first one will be like brand positioning for Onyx Cyber. We're going to be a trusted nonprofit hub for inclusiveness, point blank period. We're going to come on the platform and collaborate with each other. In Onyx Bulletin, I'm going to allow for people to even upload their own research on there. If you're working on a different topic, it doesn't even have to just be all the time tech related. It can be something relevant to the economy. If you're working on a topic that's relevant, I would love to see your topic on the platform for other people to see and give you credit as a writer as well. We're going to have tech community-driven content engagement. We're going to build our Onyx Alliance, which is the group of us coming together on the platform to build together and have our own community that empowers technology all over. And then we're going to have strategic partnership ambassador programs. So I'm looking to partner with schools, HBCUs, tech companies, STEM organizations, you name it. It's going to happen because we're going to raise an awareness for ourselves. And I also want to have digital campaigns and outreach. So we're going to use different campaigns to reach out to other people. So make sure that we can focus keen on our youth, the adult learners, and those aspiring to research or get into the tech space. It's super duper important for us to get that information out there. And then basically it's just our commitment. So my go-to-market moving forward is that on the platform right now, we're going to have free membership, but we're going to offer different value prices based on how we build traction on the website. Meaning that in the future, we're going to have the Onyx conference somewhere around that rate as we build metrics and maturity as we move forward. And then also just with you having an account on the Onyx Cyber website, your $50 for Onyx Academy would just be for you to have free access to whatever you want to do on there, as well as the webinars in the future, the continuous research and engagement with multiple industry leading partners and leaders in the area. And there's also build a lot of networking. So this is just quick me telling you guys like, thank you just for engaging and seeing what I plan to bring to life for our community. So where we can all come together, raise up money for the nonprofit so that I can start to give back to different schools. Going to college is very expensive. Having to pay for a laptop is super expensive. And I want to be able to offer this for people at a free charge. The next thing I would love to do is showcase just the website itself. If you guys are okay, we're looking at that. So I'll switch the screen to that and we'll showcase that.
Okay.
And you don't have to play the music in between. You don't have to play the music in between.
Okay. I was getting ready to put a little music on you.
I know. Look, I know I had it up. I had it ready. Look, I had it waiting.
Okay.
Let me go to the side. I mean, so far, you know, you can also go sign up as well, Mr. Tony, and you can be on the platform learning.
I'm not too old to learn.
You're not. There is. I think someone asked me that before. That's like, well, Wendy, how old do I have to be? I'm like, there is no age limit to this. I'm going to be very honest. I was teaching one of my classes last year, an introduction to like, it was Python language. My oldest student was 75 years old.
Really?
75 years old, and he, you know, he had a tough time trying to gravitate with certain things. So, you know, I showed him a lot of grace because I respected him so much. And seeing that he was willing to like come into the industry at the age of 75 and like really working toward enhancing his skills. I mean, you have to respect that. So I'm just telling you that to let you know, like, there is no age limit to when it comes to like getting into this industry, because you just never know. Like, that man being 75 can be a CEO next year.
You hear that old,
like, you just have no clue.
You hear that, old heads? We still have a chance.
There's a chance for everyone. Yes, there is.
Yes, it is.
So I'm going to show you guys the back end of the website. Make sure that screen is set. There we go.
Okay.
All right, so it's gonna start to preview, guys. And then, by the way, I did build this whole entire website by myself.
You did? Oh, that's awesome. I like that.
It's multiple integrations on this platform, but I definitely built this by myself, and it took me about a week and.
You're so talented.
I'm trying to get this preview open. Thank you. Oh, let me stop the share. I'm going to let this load real quick so I can come up. All right, there it goes.
Okay, let me see if I can pull it up for you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm about to share now. I had to switch the screen. All right, can you see
Uh,
this?
I've got it. Let me pull it up for you. Here we go. There we go. It's uploading. There we go.
Okay, so you guys have not been on this website. This is the Onyx Cyber website that I have been yapping about. So this website is going to be able to unlock multiple potentials for us. So right now, this is the landing page for Onyx Cyber, just getting you guys introduced and integrated to what it is and our mission. Our mission is to empower individuals through cybersecurity. And right now, we're going to jumpstart your technology journey with cybersecurity for you to join us and become a member. So you can join us to unlock different tools with like Onyx Academy and gain access to a community of people to talk to as we progress on this platform. And there's other options for you to get involved. So we're going to go to the About page. And the About page just kind of speaks to just the founder and the mission. So our founder, mission. Obviously, my name is Wendy Albert. I'm very passionate about cybersecurity. It's a field ripe with so many opportunities for aspiring engineers, accomplished engineers, and you guys could just enhance your skills and master various tech tools. Onyx Cyber is basically here just to empower our path to success and rapidly grow cybersecurity in the IT industry. So I have a couple partners. Obviously, this is going to grow to more partners in the future. This is give you guys a quick overview of like the landing page. And then right now we do have the tag page for different things I'm offering for you guys to get involved to, like Onyx Academy, OnyxCon 2025, and Onyx Tech Tots. So for Onyx Academy, you guys are able to. So I've been yapping about for like 30 minutes. Onyx Academy, basically for me, is going to offer a comprehensive selection of courses aimed to provide introductory learning to individuals aspiring to begin a career in tech, or if you transition into the tech sector. So these programs are strictly based on for you guys to enroll and take different courses. So right now, I have 3 courses I've created myself that are on here, and they explain the different details. So it explains like IT versus cybersecurity. What's the difference between the two? Cybersecurity awareness training to give you guys awareness on how to protect yourselves online and why is it so important. And the next one is just IT fundamentals. So as we progress and as we mature, and we're going to have more videos on here. And this is what I mean when I say I want to see more stuff submitted to us from people who are out there working on different projects. So I see this growing a lot to offer a lot of training for people that are just entry level or just want to get an idea of what they are trying to get into. Perfect place for you. The next part I have here is the join tab, where you guys are able to join Onyx Cyber. And I promise you guys, it takes 1 minute for you to fill this out and become a member. Right now, I have memberships set up for free. When you guys sign up to become a member, there's different forms to fill out, and I base it off of your experience level. So I have 4 different caveats based on where you are in your career or with technology. So the first one is Onyx Cyber, Onyx Explorer, which is basically a student or beginner. Onyx Learner is someone who's early career individuals. Onyx Builder is someone that's an active professional in the industry, and the mentor is someone that's experienced professional like myself, or someone who's like a CISO that has a lot of experience or is really strong within the industry. And I give you guys role-based access controls. So RBAC is basically role-based access controls based on your experience level on the platform. There's obviously other things in here. So we have a section called Onyx Alliance. And that's the group I like us to be called for the ones that are becoming members on the platform, and for us to get on here and communicate with each other and have like continuous collaboration and conversations. The next part I would like to talk about is we have support, and the support is obvious for anyone that's out there to donate to us. We're open to any donations you have to offer. It'd be super great. And right now, this is also just like the group page for Onyx Alliance, the current members that are on there. I can see the conversations or start to have conversation with other people so we can have our own community and continue to grow. So as you see, like certain people have joined this the conversation. 5 people just joined Onyx Alliance. So super excited to have them there. And then I just have a welcome message just for those of you guys who are interested in being a part of the group. Is it still showing that page for you, or it said
Yes,
that
it's still
is
showing
it
your
still showing?
page. Yes, it is.
Okay, I'm making sure. I was like, oh, let me see, because it was up here tripping. Okay, perfect. All right, so this page is just for how you guys can support my mission and our dream. I want to raise money. I want to do stuff for the kids in our community. Let's teach them different things, robotics. Let's get various partnerships out there. Start donating. You guys are open to donating. Any amount of money you want to give is totally fine. If you can only $1 to Onyx to help our youth in the future, as well as those of you guys that can be needed resources. I would love to give out different electronic tools to people. Like going to college, getting a laptop is super expensive. Like if you go to Best Buy's website and try to get just a regular laptop, it's almost $800. I would love to have an opportunity where I had enough money raised and I could just help kids in need to have laptops to go to college. It's a really big investment. I would love to help in that way in the future. So your support is everything we can get, and definitely coming on here and giving any type of donation. I respect that, and I appreciate it so much. It's God sent. The next thing I have is a resources tab. So all my resources tab, I currently have added in different industry partners that offer free training on their platforms, like for cloud integration. So when I say their training, basically these resources are dedicated to those people that are like with ISC Square, Oracle, Google, Cisco, all these platforms, they have the industry training that they offer for free certifications. So ISC Squared is still offering the CC certificate in cybersecurity for free. People still probably won't know that unless they come on this type of platform or have access to the information. This is what this is meant for. And I plan to update this frequently with more different things that come out from industry partners, because these are very big companies. And these companies offer a lot of training for free certificates. And when they do that, you have to take advantage of it while you can. You don't want to miss out on anything free from these companies, because everything else is super expensive. And then the last thing I would love for you guys to see is the Control Onyx. So Control Onyx is just going to be the bulletin board that we have, where you guys are able to come in and you can see multiple information, like different articles that could be out there about maybe a data breach or things going on in tech, or just something that's a quick read, like how to boost your IT skills for development. A 0-day attack that happened with Microsoft SharePoint. Like, I'm sure people don't know about things like that going on. Core Bridge was a supply chain breach that hit thousands of organizations worldwide that could be impactful to you. So this is super good for us to see. It's going to keep us educated, involved, and improve our intelligence and productivity within the tech space, as you guys are looking to pivot into the tech space, or just learn more about it and see if you're even interested. So that's currently how I have the website up right now. Totally free for anybody to go ahead and join. Like, it's definitely free. It's just that you have different fees based on experience in the industry. And this will allow for us to get enough money to start to help the youth out with different programs that we were talking about earlier.
Wendy Albert, thank you so
Yeah.
much. You have really informed us with a lot of information about cybersecurity, and also your own personal company, Omnic Tech, correct?
Onyx Cyber.
Yeah,
Onyx stands
Onyx
for
Cyber.
Black. Yeah, it's Onyx stands for Black, and obviously Cyber stands for online presence or web. So I decided to put the two together, and I feel like it was goes together perfectly.
I am so impressed. I am so very somewhat impressed. Let me tell you, I remember when you as a young girl. I mean, maybe about 5 or 6 years old. I can. Oh my God, I can't believe it's you. But I always knew that you was talented. You had the gift. You was blessed with with tremendously gift from God. So I am so thankful to have you on my show, and I want to get back with you again. And I might want to
Yes,
join you, and I also responsible, but I want to join with you, and maybe we can do a webinar live and have folks come on and kind of get them more aware in the area of what is going on in IT in the technology fields, because you can
definitely.
everybody can't work at the refineries. So maybe we
No,
can, yeah, and I tell it all the
no.
time. Hmm.
you guys can work for the refinery, but you could also, have you a 9 to 5 in the refinery making $100K. It just
Right.
depends if you want to take that route. There's other options out there. So definitely. So I'm happy to be doing this. Walking the purpose that God has for me, giving back to my community, putting them in the forefront, educating those. That is what I'm supposed to be here. That's my mission. And I'm just going to see it through. I'm going to make sure that I do whatever I can to help our community, and not just in Beaumont, but other areas, and continue to reach out for those who may be looking to get into this industry. There's a lot to offer for the future. So, hey, if you want to do a webinar, if you need to make a phone call to somebody and have them come online and show what they've worked on, to get people engaged, I am all for it. There's a lot of people. So I didn't tell you guys, I'm the vice president for Women of Cybersecurity Houston. Women of Cybersecurity is a global organization with multiple cybersecurity leaders and professionals and students of women. And I'm the vice president for the Houston chapter. I just got appointed the role beginning of this year in January. So I have been advocating all over for women in cybersecurity to continue to have a rightful place in the industry as they progress in their careers.
Well, congratulations, Wendy.
Mm-hmm.
Wendy Albert, everyone, from founders of Onyx Cyber.
Yeah,
I got it that time, didn't I? Yeah.
Yes, you did.
And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed your segment. You did one wonderful presentation. And if you got any questions, I'm sure that we're going to have it, because I will make clips, and it's going to be all over the social platforms everywhere. So I hope, and I'll be praying that we get some attention with you, and it gets some attraction. We call it attraction.
Yes.
And get it going. Get on track.
Yes, most definitely. Thank you so much, Mr. Tony. Everything you need, please just let me know. I'll be there to make sure it happens. And I'm going to continue to be myself and continue to enjoy what I'm doing. And God willing, it'll be next level in the years to come.
You're right. That's exactly right. So thank you, everyone, for watching and listening to Knowledge is Power Podcast Live. And my guest tonight was Miss Wendy Albert. Hey.
Household name. Thank you.
That's right. Thank you so much, love. I love you. Thank you so much, sweetie.
Thank you for watching Knowledge is Power Podcast Live. Be sure to like and subscribe to all Knowledge is Power social media pages.